India to revoke special status for Kashmir.
Here's a summary of the article.
AFP India's government has said it plans to revoke the part of the constitution that gives Indian-administered Kashmir special privileges. Article 370, which grants it significant autonomy, is sensitive because it is the basis on which the princely state of Kashmir joined India when it was partitioned in 1947. The entire region is disputed between India and Pakistan, who claim it in full but only control parts of it. Article 370 allows the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir its own constitution, a separate flag and independence over all matters except foreign affairs, defence and communications. The former chief minister of the state, Mehbooba Mufti, said the move effectively made India an occupying force. The announcement in Parliament came hours after two of the state's former chief ministers, including Ms. Mufti, were placed under house arrest. Public meetings have been banned in the state, with mobile networks and the Internet also restricted.
This post received a score of 21,338, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Holy shit, this is huge. Like, insanely huge and impactful to the Kashmir region, obviously, India-Pakistan relations, terrorism, Indian politics and lots more. Not only did they revoke special status for Kashmir, they dissolved the entire state. Among a lot of other things, policing the region is now directly under national control. The next few days are going to be interesting.
What does it mean for the people living there? How does it affect their lives? Especially the resistance which claim that majority of the people prefer sovereignty.
They become part of Indian politics, laws and jurisdiction. This has been a problem for the Muslim-majority region as the Indian occupation has been pretty awful over the last decades, widespread torture, kidnapping and rape. Any hope of having an independent Kashmir is thrown out the window as Kashmiris will be a minority in their own region. There's quite a few right-wing Hindu subs on Reddit celebrating with all sorts of sick things, which sums it up for me. I'd hate to be a Kashmiri right now.
The king acceded to India, but democracy should have been taken into account. My logical side thinks India would be the most balanced option for it. So now if we are to integrate J&K to India, it must be treated as any other state in India. Reason why abolishing Article 370 is so vital as it prevents it from integrating with India like other states.
Question that you might be able to answer. Why is Kashmir so contentious a territory? Is there a particular resource that makes it so desirable to India, Pakistan and China, or is it just pride on three fronts? If nations ever went to war over the region, something I can at least see the historical arguments for between India and Pakistan, what would be gained in destroying the people, architecture of the region by going to war for it?
Kashmir has some significant portion of Himalayan mountain ranges, a huge wall of mountain ranges, dividing the Indian subcontinent from rest of the mainland Asia. Naturally that makes it a very important strategical point. Not to mention tons of natural resources, and many rivers start at those ranges.
Isn't that why Ladakh is strategically useful to both China and India?
Yes. That's why China occupied some part of it. It is called Aksai Chin.
Historic decision. This can be a big turning point in the history of Kashmir crisis for better or worse.
What is the expected response from neighboring countries, especially Pakistan? From what I understand, India can do this because they hold effective sovereignty over the part of Kashmir that this article is talking about. There are other parts of Kashmir that they claim but are actually controlled by Pakistan, who can presumably do the same thing India is doing now. Is it possible that Kashmir as a contested area will effectively dissolve?
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.